Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a little bit of weather change. Been needing this weather change for a while. We have a little moisture in there. It's not really raining right now, but everything's a little bit wet and the dirt is a little sticky. But other than that, it's good to see a little bit of wet weather. We got some rain coming in, hopefully starting tomorrow and all the way through the weekend. I hope that's true. We're going to find out. But since the weather's changed, I need to go check on some goats because I have some that are extremely due to have babies. Stay with us. Every time I get on the Polaris, the dog goes crazy. And he won't get on and ride with me. He just goes crazy. He wants to chase me, and that's about it. So that's why he's barking. That drives me crazy. So if you look at some of these goats, they are big and bagged up. I'm gonna throw some cubes out just to keep them out of my way real quick. See if I can get them off of me. What are you doing? So right now, I'm just looking at the goats that are out here, looking to see if I can see anything that may have had one. And this one right here may have had a baby, so we're going to go look for it. The rest of them, they look dry. Bags are huge on them. They're huge. I just don't see anything that's popping out at me that's had babies other than that one. So she's the one that's probably had a baby. She's calling it. So I stopped and came back over here to the pens. But I'm telling you, they can hide them babies and you'll never find them. I have looked for babies before for hours. I never even come up with one, and then all of a sudden it appears. I do that with calves the same way. I'll tell you what, these mamas are really good at hiding their babies. So I look against everything. I mean, because they like to tuck them up. And I look right up against the trees. I look against the brush. I look against everything there possibly is. If there's a wood pile, I'm checking out that wood pile, which like I'm coming up on a brush pile right now, a small one. And, they could be tucked up around that brush pile. I just wait until that mama disappears from the group and she's gone. Well, she's a lot bigger and easier to find than the babies are. So now let's go find her. So I go out and I start looking. I think I'm going to go look for the other goat. I went back and looked at those goats. She's in with the group. There is a different goat missing. So now I'm looking for it. Like I said, it's kidding season. Or they're kidding right now. It's fall, kind of wet, weather changed. Things start happening. It's been only about an hour ago since I was out here. This goat was in with the herd, and that's all there is to it. And she was running around just like the rest of them. They just all of a sudden decide to have babies, and they do it. And she's under this old fallen down barn is where she's at. Hey, mama. She hadn't even cleaned that one up. Got one under her already sucking. Yep, this one here's a mess. So we're going to leave her alone for right now and let her have her babies and let her finish up. They can have these babies all over the place. And I mean, we're talking about 1 hour ago, and this one here was running around me feeding cubes out of my hand, basically. And now it's over here having a baby. Actually, it's had two of them. They look good from here. I'm gonna leave her alone. I'll come back and check on her in a couple hours, and by then she'll have those babies cleaned up. I don't like to bother them while they're cleaning up. They can do this on their own. We don't need to intercede, if you know what I mean. And then we're going to have to move her into another area just to keep the coyotes. Otherwise, I wouldn't mess with them. I'd leave them right here if I didn't think the coyotes wouldn't eat them. But that's what I'm worried about. All right, so it's been probably 2 hours since this goat had her babies. And it's sitting down here in a bad spot. I really don't want to leave her out here tonight with these babies if I can help it. Of course, she's got herself in a place here that's really hard to get to. But I'm gonna try to get her and the babies into the barn. Yeah, they're protected, but not from the coyotes. And that's my biggest problem. All right. There may not be much video on this because catching them and videoing is not exactly the easiest thing to do. All right, so it's getting a little bit late and it's getting dark. I've got one of them, there's two of them, and she's got them stacked up underneath there pretty tight. So able to get a hold of one. I'm gonna put it in the back of the Polaris here and hopefully it'll ride over there and she'll come with me. Trying to drive, got mama here. Come on. I gotta make the baby's gotta make a little noise every once in a while. There we go. And then mama will follow, but I have to have mama following in order for this to work. All right, I know it's dark, but they're under the barn. Seems like I'm actually missing one. I gotta go look for it. I told you they hide them good. There it is. Probably passed it all day long. Here it is though. I need to get this one back to the barn now as well. So I'm back down at the barn where we were last night, and I'm gonna show you the babies, but at the same time, like I said, when the weather changes, babies start popping, and we got more babies this morning. And these are still wet. So she just had them. These are the two that we had last night that you saw me go get. And then these two were born today. One of them here is still wet. And then over here is a white one that I was looking for yesterday. From last night to this morning, we've actually had 4 babies. These are just born in another field over here by our barn. So I'm walking over here to see them, make sure they're okay. They were just born there. She just cleaned them up. They look good. So that's where we're at so far today. We have a total of 7 babies in 2 days. Well, it's day number 3. We're going back out to check baby goats to see if we got anything new today. Last night we got a little bit of rain, kind of changed the atmosphere a little bit. So who knows, we may have a few more. As of yesterday afternoon, we only had 7 babies so far. Like I told you before, weather changes, babies start popping. But I've been locking them up at night. I'm going down here and unlock them real quick. And then I'll show you what we have, if we have anything. So she's got 2. Hey, where you going? I'm not going to bother you, babies. She's got 2 babies. That means we have 9 now. I got babies screaming in the barn. I got thunder in the sky. A little bit of rain maybe today. It's a good day. A little chilly out here. I'm going to head in and get some coffee, because I hadn't had that yet this morning. Until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in.